Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ronke. Welcome to today's episode of review. And today we are going to be talking about a Netflix series called Hellbound. I remember when the notification for this movie popped up, and I was like, okay, let me put it on my list. And if you know me very well, you know I'm a fan of the supernatural kind of movie series, whatever it is. And when I saw the preview, I was like, okay, this seems like something I would enjoy. And then I already in my mind had okay, this, that. So the first thing of this movie, it was about a guy that was at a restaurant, and he was nervous and anxious and everything. And then the next thing, he ran outside, and three, we don't even know if we should call them demons or whatever it is, or aliens, I don't know. They came out of nowhere and immediately they started attacking this guy. Trust me, this movie, warning, the movie is very, very violent. Like, threw him up and down, and then there's this bright light that shines on the guy, and immediately is burnt beyond recognition. Now, we were made to understand that, okay, there's this new thing, an angel will appear to you, give you a decree, and tell you when you're going to die, and then you're bound for hell. And based on the usual records, you'd see that, okay, this is a normal, like, this is something that never changes. If you're told that, you're going to hell, you're definitely going to hell. And then if the way the world is, religion is a major problem in I don't want to call it a major problem, but I would say religion is one of those things that people weaponize and then use it to, make people do their biddings and whatnot. Because of this so-called decree and all that, there's already a religious group called the New Truth. Now, they are of the opinion that people should live more righteously. People should, live a good life, and so they won't be hell-bound. And, there was chaos, and as usual, the police are investigating this man's death in broad daylight in public as a murder case, because we all know that according to the law, there's no such thing as, spiritual or demons or whatnot. We all know that, right? So the investigation started, and then the religious group came out and they said, okay, this is God trying to warn us to change our ways and be more this, be more that, and all. So, investigation is going on, and the next thing they're talking about, there's this lady called Park. She has 2 kids, and then she received a decree she was going to die in 5 days, and she was bound for hell. This lady, okay, the time that everything happened, and then because of this whole thing, there was conspiracy everywhere and all that. So, to cut the long story short, the demons came for her, they killed her and everything. And this so-called group, the New Truth, they had a chairman. And apparently, nobody knew that this chairman already had a decree 20 years ago that he was going to die. And his own way was just trying to figure out what he had done wrong. Because according to what people believed, you have to be a sinner to be hell-bound. But this guy said he has lived righteously, just trying to figure out what exactly is considered as a sin. And when I was saying this, I was just like, okay, this is like the typical, this is what is happening in the present day and all that. Like, different opinions, different notions. The city was going crazy, like, okay, this, that, people go online confessing about their sins and all that. At the end of the day, we realized that, because along the line, I was telling myself that, okay, are we sure this is not just someone doing this and making people believe that is, God sent demons to pass judgment to people on earth so people can see, or is actually like God, showing people an example? And then the tricky part was the park lady I was telling you about that was killed and all that. She came back to life. So now we don't even understand, is there a criteria for someone to come back to life? And then a baby that was just born received the decree, and we're like, okay, if a baby is receiving a decree, then there is definitely more to this hellbound whatnot and decree and everything. So I think overall for the movie, for me, I feel like number one is so unexpected, but I could do without some things. Like, there was this broadcast guy going on and on about it. I could really do without that. And there's just so much. I just hope that, when the second season comes out, it's not going to be like, it's not going to go downhill from there, because there are a lot of unknown, there are a lot of questions. I mean, Is it about God? Is it about someone trying to show power somewhere? And overall, I would recommend you watch this movie because it's totally different. Unlike the opinion that I had in my mind, I assumed it was going to be like, oh, okay, Jesus, God, and Satan and all that, but it's actually different from that. Because right now I don't even believe it's a concept of maybe heaven or hell in this situation, because the newborn baby totally changed the whole idea about this movie. Like, a newborn baby has not committed any sin. I mean, the kid could barely even breathe before receiving a decree. So it's a lot of unknown right now. We have a lot of unknowns, and it's kind of interesting that we have a lot of unknowns, but at the same time, I'm nervous that when season 2 comes out, it's just all going to everything's just going to go to crap. Like, it's not going to make sense anymore. But I would definitely recommend you see the movie. I'll give it a 7/10. 7/10 is just fair enough, and I feel the next season will make me be a little bit more decided about, like, if it's actually like a good or a bad concept or whatnot. But then again, in total, it's worth your time. So please, if you've seen Hellbound, please, if you have whatever explanation that I did not talk about, you can always drop your comments. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye.